From the silence automatically arises your prosperity. Now, as mentioned, with mind and speech, we reveal or make visible aspects of what already exists in what already was created. In this regard, we can relate what was stated in the Corpus Hermeticum over to the Bible, specifically John 1:1-3. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made, and without him nothing was made that has been made. Now, in Tuesday's video, we discussed going to the beginning, which is the silence. Beyond that is what we consider unknown, or beyond theory. And from the silence, what arises is the still, small voice that aids in the facilitation of actualizing your vision. So just as the still, small voice guides and inspires you to actualize your vision, like with silence, it also purifies the mind, resulting in fluidity of mind, which allows for flow-based experiences in relation to what appears on the journey to actualizing your vision. Fluidity of mind is the result of one not being identified with subconscious beliefs that are unnecessarily biased towards black and white thinking. For the context of our conversation today, black and white thinking, which is also known as dichotomous or all or nothing thinking, can result in being inharmoniously polarized to one way or another, resulting in one not witnessing the possibilities that arise which are in harmony with their vision, or allowing them to manifest ideally automatically. Dichotomous thinking does not consider the nuances of possibilities that exist between two seemingly opposite poles. If one is identified with beliefs that are a result of dichotomous thinking, they may also not realize that they are now standing in their own acres of diamonds, as Russell Conwell put it. We discussed acres of diamonds recently. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link in the description to it. So what we're interested in here today is fluidity of mind as articulated in the book, The Unfettered Mind, Writings from a Zen Master to a Master Swordsman by Takwon Soho. This book refers to Mushin or Mushin no Shin, a term from Japanese martial arts that translates to no mind or mind without mind. This is where one is not overly identified with thoughts, emotions, or beliefs in mind during a performance or initiative, thus not swayed nor distracted by what physically appears, rather being present to the moment. This can be experienced in all areas of life, including entrepreneurship, arts, relationships, hobbies, etc. During Mushin, one is lightheartedly aware, feeling free and calm. In this way of being, one can respond ideally automatically, spontaneously, and effectively to circumstances. In The Unfettered Mind, it articulates this through a martial arts context. It says, "The mind must always be in a state of flowing, for when it stops anywhere, that means the flow is interrupted, and it is this interruption that is injurious to the well-being of the mind. When the swordsman stands against his opponent, he is not to think of the opponent, nor himself, nor of his enemy's sword movements. He just stands there with his sword which, forgetful of all technique, is ready only to follow the dictates of the subconscious. The man has effaced himself as the wielder of the sword. When he strikes, it is not the man, but the sword in the hand of the man's subconscious that strikes." So what is being indicated here is once an ideal impression has been made on the subconscious mind, we allow that to manifest, not worrying, concerned, nor looking for external approval, validation, or confirmation, rather allowing everything to happen ideally automatically to actualize the vision through fluidity of mind. And it can only appear challenging for one to allow it to happen based on a mind that is fettered. And as mentioned, the mind, which is in essence blank and clear, can only be fettered by beliefs. If identification to beliefs that fetter the mind are released, attention automatically appears to go in the direction of what is in harmony with the vision. So how does one unfetter or purify the mind from these beliefs that restrict the flow to experience fluidity of mind in relation to what appears as the journey to actualizing the vision? Well, number one, a simple acknowledgement that you exist beyond mind. The I is formless, and thus you have a mind. If you did not have a mind, the world made visible through the five senses would not appear. And just as you have a mind, you can change what is placed in your mind through intentional inner speech. And by intentional, I mean conscious inner speech. Speech represents images in mind. Images consciously persisted upon leaves an impression on the subconscious aspect of mind, which the infinitely intelligent power of your subconscious mind takes and animates the world for them to physically appear accordingly, as stated in the Unfettered Mind. When he strikes, it is not the man, but the sword in the hand of the man's subconscious that strikes. So be aware and discern if you are impressing dichotomous thinking onto your subconscious mind. Matthew 10:16, Behold, I send you out as sheep in the midst of wolves. Therefore, be shrewd as serpents and innocent as doves. Number two, acknowledge that the I, beyond mind, and beliefs stored in mind is already love, bliss, happiness, and fulfillment, as it is one with the all, thus truly has everything, and is eternally whole and complete. This acknowledgement of already being love, bliss, happiness, and fulfillment beyond appearances allows your attention to remain on what is in harmony with your vision and also experience love, bliss, happiness, and fulfillment with your initiatives. To the degree that one realizes this, so does it reflect accordingly in degree with their experiences. If instead one believes they lack love, bliss, happiness, and fulfillment, they may appear to seek externally, which as a result, their attention appears to drift on what is not in harmony with their vision. Then number three, apply these two realizations during your initiatives related to your vision with the flow process outlined in the book Flow by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. Let's walk through it. First, we have a clear vision. To craft a vision, watch my vision video from the start of the year. And I'm also creating a new one for 2024 in a few weeks. I'll link in the description to the 2023 one. So choose any initiative that is related to your vision. I apply this to all of them as this has become a habit, and so is the case with those that I've worked with who have applied it. Then we have immediate reporting and feedback. So the key is to allow yourself into the flow. If applicable, you may chunk down your initiatives into smaller ones. For example, when I was learning how to snowboard a few years ago, I would sequence what I would learn. I would enjoy each series of steps during the sessions and progress accordingly. Those then would become habits. I would then in the evening watch YouTube videos that would teach me more, and I would continue to progress, repeating this over and over again as I continued to progress. This was also encouraging fluidity of mind rather than an extreme bias identification of this is not working or some form of perfectionism. And from not being identified with that kind of black and white thinking, I would also experience love, bliss, happiness, and fulfillment with the experience. Then we have harmony between challenge and skill. If something feels too challenging, there's nothing wrong with you. Chunk it down into smaller steps. Repetition forms subconscious habits, and from those habit foundations, you'll continue to progress ideally accordingly. As a result, you also enjoy the repetition of impressing the subconscious mind during skill cultivation, as you are also impressing the feeling of love, bliss, happiness, and fulfillment with the experience. The feeling of love, bliss, happiness, and fulfillment allows the mind to remain fluid. So enjoy the journey equally as the destination. Do not identify with dichotomous thinking, which again forms inharmonious beliefs that result in rigidity of mind. Then we have distractions are excluded. Fear, doubt, and indecision tapers away. Time distortion, and the activity and person becomes autotelic. So as mentioned in the book, The Unfettered Mind, the mind must always be in the state of flowing. For when it stops anywhere, that means the flow is interrupted, and it is this interruption that is injurious to the well-being of the mind. So in summary, allow your mind to be in a state of flowing throughout the day by practicing this art of allowing active meditation, the way we discussed with your initiatives. It is the dichotomous thinking-based beliefs that result in the interruption of the flow, which, as he says, is injurious to the well-being of the mind. So do not allow yourself to become identified with dichotomous thinking, and your mind will remain fluid and dynamic the way it was divinely designed to be. Now, we've discussed the flow process a lot over a number of videos. I'll link to my flow series in the description so you can enjoy them as well. So I trust you found this video to be helpful. Let's go ahead and conclude this with an auto-suggestion to further encourage. You could say, I acknowledge that my mind is inherently clear, fluid, and calm by acknowledging that I am the one who chooses what to place in mind. Thus, I lovingly place in mind the acceptance of my vision fulfilled as reality and allow the all to reveal my flow-based journey to actualizing my vision during the silence of daily experiences. If you would like a copy of this mind map, the link is in the description. Thank you very much for watching. I'll talk with you soon. Take care.